Welcome back to another episode of A Cartoon Network Moment You Might Have Missed, where we talk about the time that Samurai Jack and Batman teamed up to fight Mojo Jojo. Yeah, this is gonna get crazy. Our story begins as we see Johnny Bravo and Dexter driving around in a sidecar as they're almost run off the road by Dastardly, and who's supposed to be Muttley? Though even Dastardly is looking more Waluigi here than usual. It seems that Dastardly and Mudley have kidnapped Daphne and are fleeing to a castle that belongs to none other than Mojo Jojo. Inside, we see all of the worst villains in Cartoon Network's history, such as Marvin the Martian, Yosemite Sam, Dastardly, and... are those the Eds? Why are the Eds here? Are they considered evil? Scamming children for spare quarters, sure. But really? Villains? I mean, for crying out loud, the Joker is here! I find it very hard to believe that these two would be considered on the same level. We hear Mojo proclaim that since Daphne won't marry him, then when Jerry stops running that she'll fall into a boiling pot of hot fudge. We see Dexter and Johnny burst in to save the day and, I'm sorry, before we continue, I have to talk about this promo's audio mixing. For some reason, Dexter and Johnny's audio bits are way too loud, to the point that I can hear the microphones peaking in my speakers. But then you have other characters like Mojo, and you can't hear a single word he's saying. Anyway, so Dexter and Johnny storm in to save the day, and then they're immediately defeated by Mojo as he literally pulls the floor right out from under them. Mojo decides to celebrate his victory by having a ceremony in which he... gets married to someone else? Wait, so I'm confused. Did he always have a spare suitor, just kind of waiting around just in case kidnapping Daphne and forcing her to marry him didn't go as planned? So the Powerpuff Girls are presenting the potential suitor as they do a dance that begins to infatuate the Eds? I don't know if I want to know the implications of all of this. To be serious for a moment, this song is apparently a parody of the popular song Choli Ke Piche Kya Hai by Alka Yagnik. In English, that roughly translates to Behind the Bra, which I now find to be a weird song for the Powerpuff Girls to be dancing to. Thanks to iRome927 for pointing this out. Mojo Jojo leans in to kiss his new bride, only to see it's IR Baboon in disguise. Mojo Jojo pulls out a gun to kill Baboon, but the girls step up to stop him. But they're not alone. The girls have the help of Samurai Jack, George Jetson, Bugs Bunny, Wally Gator, Yogi Bear, Johnny Bravo, which, how did you get back up here? And where's Dexter? Quick Draw McGraw, Cow, Weasel, Magilla Gorilla, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, and frigging The Thing from Fantastic Four. Then Batman shows up, and then Fred Flintstone swings in to attack Mojo Jojo. Man, what is happening? Then The Thing just punches Double D in the face. What the hell? A whole fight breaks out, and as everything clears, they begin to mourn for Baboon as he died somehow. Weasel gives a speech to his dying friend as we see Dexter storm back in. Somehow from the outside? How did you get back outside when you fell down? How did Johnny get back to fight, but you somehow got out? I guess maybe they made a plan after they fell? But Dexter performs what looks to be dental surgery on Baboon and pulls out a golden sun necklace. Everyone looks around and it seems they all have them, as Baboon jumps up and down in excitement, exclaiming how he has a brother. To be serious again for a minute, to be as respectful as possible, I try to do my research on what these necklaces truly mean. I was told that it could be in reference to the Hindu sun god, Surya. After a quick Google search, I found, in Hinduism, the sun is a symbol of spiritual illumination, vitality, and the eternal cycle of life. The sun god, Surya, is also known as Aditya, and is considered the creator of the universe and the source of all life. He is the supreme soul who brings light and warmth to the world. I decided to investigate further and dive deeper into spiritual illumination and found, and we all, who with unveiled faces contemplate the Lord's glory, are being transformed into his image with ever-increasing glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit. 2 Corinthians 3:18 NIV. So, with this information, I can assume that these sun necklaces represent a meaning of being beyond oneself, that everyone being children of God meant that you were all related in some way. Or I'm looking way too deep into this, and Baboon is only saying that because they're both monkeys. Anyways, Barney Rubble goes in to give the Thing from the Fantastic Four a bear hug. I can't believe that sentence just came out of my mouth. Batman and Samurai Jack give each other the slickest bro handshake that never needed to be this cool. The Eds rush up to hug Judy Jetson for some reason. Dexter hugs Professor Utonium. Awesome. The Powerpuff Girls go for hugs with Betty, and wow, another Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog crossover that existed before the movie. And we see Johnny's back at his tricks again, trying to flirt with Daphne, except Bunny chimes in and says,
"That's your sister!"
His sister? What? I am questioning everything that I have ever thought or known about cartoons. I'm going to assume it's relating to what I mentioned earlier, about the spiritual illumination stuff. Johnny screams in disgust as he runs away, and we enter another dance sequence that turns into the Cartoon Network logo as Mojo screams in defeat. Which, I think his audio file is played way too early, as he starts screaming while they're still dancing, and stops screaming even though his mouth is still open. This is hands down the craziest promo I have seen yet. I am never able to recover in time when a crazy thing happens, because an even more crazy thing will come after it, and an even crazier after that. It's amazing to think that something so imaginative was made and put out into the world. The creators, you can tell, had fun with this one. But what did you guys think? Was this one maybe a bit too crazy? Or was it right up your alley? Comment below and let me know. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.